Hello, this is the Cleveland Stater Podcast, and I'm Amanda Light. Today's story centers on DegreeLink, the newest partnership between Cleveland State University and Cuyahoga Community College. My guest today is the manager of the Transfer Center at Cuyahoga Community College, Melissa Swafford.
So I'm Melissa Swafford, and I am the manager of the Transfer Center at the Metro campus of TRI-C, and I am the point of contact at TRI-C for DegreeLink.
When did that program begin?
So the program will actually officially go into effect for fall of 2019. Work towards development of the program from between the institutions really started this past fall. DegreeLink is a transfer pathway that allows students that want to go to CSU and can start at TRI-C. So any student, whether they're a current student at TRI-C or a prospective student, and ultimately wants to land at CSU, can start at TRI-C and participate in DegreeLink.
Okay. And you said talks began last fall?
My understanding is talks began in the fall of 2018, so this past fall, between the two college presidents. And that's kind of then a working group was formed from there.
Okay, so they kind of initiated, or was this something you all had in your minds for a while?
TRI-C and CSU have a long-standing relationship, so we already have lots of transfer pathways. Our biggest transfer partner is CSU, so we have a long-standing relationship. We also already have a dual admissions program, so the groundwork is always there. How this specific one kind of came up, that was really at a very high level, and then kind of trickled down to have people work on trying to pull it all together.
Okay, because it seems like you and Adam Sekula are like the points of contact, according to the email.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Adam and I will really be working on the programmatic piece. So I see it, and we were talking yesterday, it's about the student's experience, why they're in it. So when a student signs up for DegreeLink and during their time here at TRI-C, what support are we providing from TRI-C? How are they connecting with CSU? So both of our transfer centers, and TRI-C has transfer centers at every single campus. So we will work very closely with the Transfer Center at CSU in creating that connection programmatically with the transfer planning process. So we already work with these students, so it was really a natural fit for both of us to kind of serve and support students in that way.
Okay, so it's mostly like a new pathway because you've said that pathways have existed before.
So it's leveraging existing pathways. So we have many academic pathways from TRI-C to CSU. So if a student starts as an Associate of Arts major or Associate of Science majors, I'm not sure of the exact number of academic pathways, but we have a ton. But what this takes it beyond just the academic to more of the really getting acclimated and really feeling a part of two institutions at the same time throughout the process. So before, while we could plan for their transfer academically, they weren't connected to CSU. They weren't necessarily going there and, participating in events there or really utilizing the services. This really opens up CSU to students while they plan for transfer. So I think that's the biggest key. It's really creating that relationship between students and CSU while they're at TRI-C.
Okay. Because I also got the email from Harlan Sands.
Okay.
He said that this was part of a continuing partnership. Which benefits are new then? I noticed the list of things.
Yeah. And so I think access to the CSU campus. So a dual admission included that, but we have very few students who actually take advantage of dual admission. The access to concurrent enrollment. So when you can be a student at TRI-C and take one class at CSU. So that is a new benefit that current dual admission does not include. In addition, with dual admission, there were some challenges for students with financial aid, and so we've come up with some solutions related to those for DegreeLink that I think will really help students be at both institutions. Dr. Sands has talked a lot about connecting at CSU and the benefits that they'll have to the different services. That's kind of on CSU's kind of side to talk about those and when students will have access to those. But those would be additional benefits that students aren't necessarily really seeing now or aren't utilizing.
Okay. Because a few that kind of stuck out to me were the ability to take up to 3 courses at CSU while attending TRI-C?
Yeah, so part of the program is once they get to a certain academic level at TRI-C, which is 12 college level credits, as well as they've completed at least 1 college level math and English, they will be eligible for something called concurrent enrollment. Students can take 9 credits here, so really 3 classes at TRI-C, and then once they determine what they want to major in at CSU, there'll be designated coursework that they can choose from and sign up at CSU for that. And CSU is not going to charge them for that coursework. So it's 1 course a semester for up to 3 semesters, just depending on how it all falls. But there'll be specific classes that they can take that fit with their major pathway. So say a student is going to study sociology. There'll be a specific coursework that is identified at CSU that a student could take, and it'd be coursework they couldn't take at TRI-C, but this is opening the door for them to take it there.
You said it's free. It would basically be like paying the 90 credits per hour here, or it is completely free?
They'll pay for their TRI-C coursework, but CSU is not charging them for the course that they register at CSU.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Really cool. What about the endowed scholarship? It says that's for 10 students.
Yeah. So the transfer centers were really developed out of something called the Cleveland Transfer Connection. And it was a federal grant that established the transfer centers at TRI-C, and it was really about connecting students from TRI-C to CSU. And that was a 5-year grant, and as part of that grant, there was an endowment scholarship that was created. So money was put aside, and it has grown, and it is now matured, so we're able to award that scholarship. And so that scholarship is being designated for students that participate in DegreeLink. And the way that it'll work is once students transition over to CSU, after a semester, we will then award 10 scholarships for $500 each to students that participated in the program and have progressed successfully through their first semester.
Is that a renewable scholarship or
one-time? It's a one-time scholarship, yep.
Okay. How many students are they trying to get on for the first cohort?
The goal is to enroll 150 students that are currently at TRI-C for fall of 2019.
And it says here that participation in DegreeLink will lock in tuition?
That's something that CSU has said they were able to do.
Okay, so that's different than the pathways that have existed before?
Yeah, there's currently no, with our dual admission pathway, there's not anything about tuition guarantee in that one.
Okay. Were there any other benefits of the program that you'd like to highlight?
Adam in the Transfer Center and I are working on the programmatic piece, more intentional academic planning. So we have transfer centers here at TRI-C, and we bring our CSU transfer centers here, and students do access them. But I think with DegreeLink, students will actually know that they're here and will probably utilize those services more. We're also adding group advising sessions for students, and so we're hoping to make those virtual so that students can access them. So those are some more programmatic things that we haven't had before. I think the other thing that's going to go along with this program, and Dr. Sands has talked about this, that we have this new cohort of students say yes to education in Cleveland has been announced. So we have a bunch of CMSD graduates, and both institutions are planning on how they support those students. So Say Yes to Education is a scholarship program that guarantees CMSD graduates that live in the city of Cleveland support for their education. So we have programs at both TRI-C and CSU that support CMSD graduates already before this program, but we also know now we're going to have even more. And so one of the things is the supports for those programs. Say Yes. Dr. Sands has said that students, while they're at TRI-C that are Say Yes scholars, will have access to the Key Bank Scholars Program at CSU. So we'll be able to make a really good connection to support those students directly over to CSU.